setup though. I'm not too sure about this. We'll see. Okay. Maybe it will work. So I've got stuff like all ready to work and get to it. Maybe I won't be like all up in your grill, right? Alright. Let's get started. Okay. Hey y'all, I'm Amanda. This is the Southern Knits in the Mitt podcast. This is episode number 14. 14, I think is what it is. I'm coming to you from Traverse City, Michigan. It is freezing today. I think our high is a balmy 14. Feels in the negatives out there. So I am wearing my knits. I'm in my office. It's freezing in here because I forgot to open the door before I started podcasting. And I'm pretty sure one of the dogs is going to walk in. Yes. Because I can't do this alone, right? So this is going to be like a real janky setup right here. And so hopefully, the iPad doesn't get knocked over and, we'll just roll with it and see what happens. So if this is your first time coming to join us, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for returning to the train wreck because I feel like that's what this is more times than not. Let's see. So I just did the one podcast in December. I didn't do another one. I'm sorry. I told y'all that I probably would. I was going to try to, but I just had crazy work schedule so that I could be off for my kids. My kids were here. So for Christmas, I had my family here with me and, had both of my boys, my daughter-in-law and the 2 grandbabies. Y'all, it was the best visit ever. We had so much fun. I really do think it was probably one of our most wonderful visits. I mean, it was fantastic. Sorry, the dog is like walking right under me. And I had my iPad plugged up to charge and it didn't charge. So now there's a cord like reaching across the room. So hopefully neither one of them will knock it over because it's going to happen. I can already feel it. So I hope y'all have had a wonderful holiday season and you've started off your new year. And, let's talk about some knitting stuff. So, okay. My podcast anniversary, whatever that is, it's going to be Monday. So this is going to go up right before that, my 1-year anniversary for podcasting. Y'all, this has been the best journey. I have loved every minute of doing this. Y'all are so wonderful, so encouraging, and I'm so grateful to have you a part of my little world over here in YouTube. So thank you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for taking time to spend with me and your sweet comments. Y'all are so sweet. I just love you. And so I'm probably gonna do a giveaway. We'll see. Let's do like I'll think of a question for you to answer at the end of this podcast. Put your question in the comments and we'll do a giveaway from that. Speaking of giveaways, so my 2 winners from the make along with the yarn tail, I still have your prizes. I've just been so busy that I have not gotten them out in the mail. They're coming. They're going to go out this week. So just stick that away. You'll get it hopefully they'll go out this week. I don't know when you'll actually get them. So, there's that. So I'm going to, we'll do a giveaway for the 1-year podcast anniversary. That sounds fun, right? So I want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed, who comment, who are actively engaging in this process. I really do appreciate it. Speaking of all of that, so all of my contact information is going to be in the drop box below. There is a Ravelry group. There is an Instagram. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. So please just go follow me on those. Also, if you will just give this video a thumbs up, because that does something crazy with the algorithm in YouTube and kind of just bumps this up there. So if you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, then move along. Don't give me a thumbs down. That's rude. So, this new setup, I'm not sure if I'm going to love it. I'm at the edge of my chair already. I got to scoot back. I keep scooting forward because I feel like I need to get closer. So we'll see. It might work. We'll see. But there's a bed in this room now, and so y'all are balanced on it. So it may turn into a disaster. maybe not. It might work out and be better than it was before, right? Let's see what else. Anything else? Okay. So when I started this podcast, I went over like all of my knitting goals for the year and my word of the year. So we'll do that. We'll do that here too. So my knitting goals last year, I wanted to knit a pair of socks every month. I wanted to knit a couple of sweaters, and I can't remember what else. I didn't write them down. And yeah, I didn't meet any of those. So I probably did really well with the socks until about June, July, and then it just like, no. I love knitting socks, and I do want to knit. I will continue to knit them, but I just felt like boxed in by the goal. Like it kind of took some of the joy out of knitting and knitting them. So I think I'm just not going to do that. I've got a list of things for this year. What I want to do is I've got a list of things that I want to knit. And if I knit them, I knit them. And if I don't, I don't. One thing that I do want to do is in projects that require more than one skein of yarn, I want to knit for my stash because, I mean, let's face it, I do have a lot of yarn and I really don't need to buy more, but there's more yarn on this bed. So you'll see it in a minute. And there's more yarn coming, but I restrained myself. It is nowhere near as bad as it was. And so, but that's going to be one of my goals. If I am going to knit a project that has more than one skein, I want to use at least one skein of stash yarn. So that's what we're going to do this year. And y'all, I need you to hold me accountable to that. And so, yeah, so I've got a list of projects that I want to do, and that I'm just going to kind of putz away at that list and go through it. So, like one thing I want to do, my advent calendars, y'all, these things were so amazing. I got an advent calendar for Hue Loco and from Shirley Bryan Yarn. I will hands down order both of those again this next year. They were so beautiful, and I am so pleased with them. And so the one from Shirley Bryan, I think I'm going to knit a scarf out of, or a shawl. I showed it to you last time. And then the one from Hue Loco, I think I'm going to do the V-back tee. I think it's what I'm going to do. I have to come out of this. I'm already getting hot. I can't. Y'all, being a maturing woman really get you. This sweater I did not knit. This is a store-bought sweater. So I'm just going to go ahead and head that question off at the pass. This is a store-bought sweater. It is not a hand knit sweater. So those are two things that I want to do. There's a sweater that I know I want to knit, and just a few other random things here and there. So that's what I think is going to be my goals for the year. And then I've really been thinking about my word of the year. So last year my word of the year was trust. And this year I can't like settle on just a word. It's more like a concept or a phrase, and it's just waiting. Just standing in the moment and waiting for what's coming next. I don't know if it's just embracing the now, because we don't have any control over anything, and I know like something's coming for me. Please Lord, something good's coming for me. And to just stand there and wait. So I don't know, maybe contentment would be a good word, but just like embracing the wait. That's just what keeps coming back to my mind. So that's what I'm going to put in my journal. Embrace the wait. That's what I'm doing. So if you do a word of the year, let me know what you do. I know last year a lot of you commented on what your word of the year is. I really like that concept because it's something that you just kind of focus on throughout the year, and you just, grow in it. And I really do like the concept of that. So that's kind of where I am today. I don't think I've had anything else crazy going on. I've got some trips coming up. I'm going to go to the beach with my best friend. And I've got trips planned to go home for birthday parties and things like that for the babies. And I didn't get to see Mama or Daddy for Christmas, so I'm excited to go home and see them because it's been since October since I've seen my parents and my brother and that part of my family. So I'm excited to go home and see them. So, but yeah, that's where I am. That's what's been going on. And I've got some projects here to show you. I've got 2 finished objects. I've got some whips. I've got some things that you haven't seen yet. I really haven't knit a lot over these last several weeks. just between work and family and all, I just haven't. I just have been focusing on all of that, and it's been good. It's been really good. I love to knit, and I miss knitting when I don't do it, but I wasn't anxious because I wasn't knitting. So I will get back into the swing of things, and we'll see. We'll see what my knitting does, because if I'm not making a lot of progress, doing a 2-week podcast to show you 2 inches on a whip is not, that's not going to work. So I don't know if I'll continue to knit as much as I did before. It was such good therapy for me and really helped me keep my mind in a good place. And so I'm never going to stop knitting. I mean, that would make me crazy. But yeah. So I've got just a few projects and some yarn to show you. And I think I showed you some of this yarn last time, but oh well, you'll see it again. So we'll go into finished objects. Well, real quick, I'll show you what I was wearing. So this is hold on, let me make sure I've got it turned right. So this is my, this is a scarf. This is the Find Your Fade scarf Free Your Fade from Andrea Mowry. And this set was from Hue Loco. This was the sultry mini set. You know, her mini sets have 10 20-gram minis. This is probably my most favorite shawl I've ever knit. I love the colors of it. I love these jewel tones. This is my go-to that I wear all the time. And then what the mannequin here has on, this was my Birthstone set from Hue Loco, and this is the dotted rays. I showed this, I think, on the last podcast. Okay, so y'all, guess what I finished? It's the Harlow hat. It's done. I didn't think I would ever finish this hat. You know, when I showed y'all this last time, I was off on my count. I was almost done with it before I realized I was off on my count. But I was able to figure it out, and it worked out good. My decreases, you can't tell unless you, I don't know, maybe if you looked at it really close. But this is the inside of it. I can't decide. I think I like the other one better, worn this way. It's so similar, but I do like the darker, I think. But I love it. I love how it fits. I really do. I'm really, really pleased with how it fits. And I think, didn't she just come out with like a worsted weight version of this? A worsted weight pattern of this? I think she did. And that would be, especially right now when it's 14 degrees outside and feels like -3, that would be really nice. It's so soft and so squishy, and it's super warm, but I really like how it fits. I'm pleased with the size of it, and I will knit this again, but I am not using yarns that are so similar. They're going to have to be high contrast. This thing was a labor of love. You know, I think I invented cuss words with this knit, and as bad as I wanted it, and I was so excited to finish it, this was a stressful knit for me, and it shouldn't have been, and I don't know why it was so stressful. But anyway, Harlow hat by Andrea Mowry. This yarn is yarn that I had left over from a kit from Yarn Inc. It was a steampunk kit. And this yarn is in my Vertices Unite. And so that's why I wanted this, so it could go with that. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And I really do think that if I used higher contrast yarn, it would have been better. So don't be discouraged to do it. The brioche was easy. That wasn't a problem whatsoever. It's very intuitive once you get started into it. I really do think, because the way this yarn is so variegated, there are times when I didn't know which yarn I was really using, because there's times when it's the same color. And I think that's where I had a problem with this. And so I slugged through it, finally finished it. Y'all, I was mad. I thought, if I have to rip this hat out because I am off on my count, I am going to be so angry. It's going in the garbage. I wasn't even going to try to redo it. That's how angry I was with it. This knit really did. It made me mad more times than not. So, but I do, again, it's not the pattern. I think it was my yarn. So don't not do this because of my experience. Learn from my experience. Use high contrast yarn. And then my other finished object is my Christmas socks. So, the Cozy Knitter, she has some fantastic sock yarn, and at Christmas she does an advent skein, and it's 24, I think it's 24 stripes. It's a 24 stripe, blah, 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 repeat. And so I did it. So I got the kit this year that had the contrast for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Y'all look, I did a cuff. I did a real cuff. You know I never do that. I always do a rolled cuff, but I really wanted to try. I really wanted a real cuff on it. This is a 1x1 twisted rib, or a half twist, whatever you call it. Fish lips kiss heel, rounded toe. So that's those, and this is the entire repeat. So I did stop at the end of the repeat. I didn't go any higher. So I think I have enough yarn to maybe get another pair. So I may need a pair of these for my mom, because she likes the socks. So I may need another pair and do those for my mom. But I love this yarn. Cozy Knitter's yarn, it's real plump. It's an 80/20. And so it's really plump, and you get a good dense fabric when you knit socks with it. And I really do love it. I love every pair of socks that I have knit out of her yarn are so super warm and so comfy. And so she has a monthly club. Yes, she has a monthly club because I signed up for it one night when I had taken an Ambien. So yes, she does. And so, and she her yarn is all self-striping. So yeah, I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed doing this. You just knit a stripe a day is all I did. And yeah, I was done at Christmas. So now I get to wear these because I've not been wearing them, because I knew I needed to show them to you, and they would be covered in dog hair or something. So there we go. That's them. So let's see. So I have two projects that you've seen before. They're just some shawls, and I've had a little bit of progress on them, not a ton. So let me show you this one, because y'all haven't seen this one in a while. But this is I at least have it for you this time. This is the Find Your Fade by Adrienne Mallory. It's a paid for pattern. I have one of these already. It's blue and rust colored. I think I actually wore it in the last podcast. And so this, I used a Hue Loco mini set. It's like 50 gram skeins. And so that's the last color in mine. This is, look, it's in a ball because I had to wind this at work, okay? I was at work with it. And so this is where I am on it. I think the last time you saw it, I think the last time you saw it, I was right here. So I've made some good progress on it. I'm really liking how it's turning out. And I was worried that there wasn't going to be enough contrast between this color and the other one, but you can really see it now. And then now I'm into the solid part of it. And then this color will be next. So I think it's going to be really pretty. I'm really pleased with it so far. This knit is a long knit. It takes some time because this is a big shawl. But I hear a helicopter. But it's a beautiful shawl. I really love it. It's so squishy, and just it's one you can really wrap around you really well. And I really do like this shawl, and it's super easy. It's really beginner friendly. So if you're looking for a big squishy shawl, that's a good one to do. And then the other shawl, this is my favorite. So this is the Frank shawl by Hue Loco. It's in black and white. But I've showed y'all this when I first started it. So this is where I'm at on it. Hold on. It's a big hot mess. So I'm still on the first section. I think like I was about right here last time. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm on the last section of the gray, and then there'll be a little bit of section of this toffee color, and then this first section will be done. And like stitches go on hold, and I think this is kind of pieced together. But I'm really, really excited about it. So all of this yarn is La Jolla yarn, and I don't know where my ball band is for this one. Here it is. Gray Onyx, La Jolla. And then this one is called Gray Onyx. This one is called Bronze. I love this color. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. It's so pretty. And I like this La Jolla yarn. It's got a good twist on it, and it really knits up beautifully. And then my other two colors are Cozy, and it's the lighter gray. It's a tonal gray, and then it's got these flecks of the brown in it. And then this says Pecan. I don't know, why would that be Pecan? That's gray. Pecans aren't gray. I feel like that has to be a misprint. There's no way. Do y'all say pecan or pecan? It's pecan. Don't be saying pecan. That's not right. Okay, so yeah, for whatever reason, that's what this is called. I don't agree with that color, but there you go. So I'm almost done with this section, and then I'll start with the next one. This has been a really good knit. It's super easy to follow. You know, any pattern by Hue Loco, they're written so well. Anybody can follow them. I just feel like that she, you learn a lot in her patterns, and she does some different stitches, but it's not too hard. Totally 100% beginner friendly. So yeah, so those are the two that you've seen. So my next whip is a hat. It's the Flicker and Flame hat by Andrea Mowry. And it's a color work hat. And while I love doing this hat, my yarns that I picked are not high enough contrast, but I'm still going to finish it. But this is it. So it's got like a color work section right here that you really can't see because this is in black and white. But this is Flicker and Flame by Andrea Mowry. So here is where I'm at on it. You can see it a little bit. You can see the little pattern a little bit. And I think maybe once it's done and blocked, it'll be a little bit better. But just quick glancing at it, I feel like it looks like a little mishmash right now. If this would have been a lighter gray, it probably would have done a lot better. So this yarn is, it is Malabrigo. It's Malabrigo. Hold on. Do I have my ball band in this one? Oh, it's in here. You know, Malabrigo is kind of weird in how they do their stuff. This is Malabrigo. I think this is, what is it? This is not their, this is not Arroyo. It's their worsted weight. It's a worsted weight. So this is the gray. It's called Nimbus Gray. Whatever their worsted weight line is what this is. And then this one is just a variegated, and it's called, I don't know. There you go. You know, some of their stuff has names and some of it has numbers. And so I really like this one. I really like it. But yeah, I feel like that if maybe I had gone with a lighter gray, it would be much more high contrast. But I think I'm really going to like this. So I've done color work in hats before. My floats don't look too bad. It's pretty. This is really dense. This is going to be awesome for out here now because it's so cold. But they don't look bad. I feel like I'm doing an okay job with them. Because I want to do a color work sweater. And so I really thought maybe let's just do a hat and see how I do with it, with my tension and all, so that I can kind of get used to adjusting that tension for a sweater. But yeah, that's it. I'm really, really, really pleased with it so far. I'm kind of worried though, because maybe it's going to be okay. I feel like I'm like halfway through the chart, and then like, so y'all, okay, did y'all watch a yarn tale it's been probably a month ago, where she puts on a half-finished hat and leaves it on the rest of the podcast? I was like, she is my spirit animal. I love Karen. I was like, that is the best thing ever that she left it on the entire time. But she just, So funny. So yeah, so I'm about halfway through the color chart, and like at the end of the color chart, the hat ends, and I feel like that maybe it's not going to be enough, but maybe it will be, because I mean, yeah, it should be. It should be enough, and then once it blocks, it'll be great. So yeah, there's that. It's so cozy already. So, you know, I like my hats to have a negative ease. I think I'm knitting the what size am I knitting? I am knitting 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 sizes, and I'm knitting the 4th size, which is an adult small. Which, because I like negative ease in my hats. I don't like them to be too loose, because then they fall down in my face, and then I wear glasses, and it just frustrates me. So I like it to have a little bit of negative ease. I'll probably just steam block this rather than wet block it. But ooh, it's so warm and cozy. And I have more yarn that I want to do this out of, that it's this dark gray, but then it's a lighter gray with variegated with some oranges in it that I really like. So I'll probably knit that too. But I love it. Oh, it's so warm sitting just right here in this cold room. I can't wait to finish it now. I put it down. I hadn't touched it for a couple of days. But it's super easy to follow. It's not a hard pattern. There's only there's a couple of places where you have to watch and catch your floats, because it's too long of a span for not doing that. But I feel like it's a pretty easy pattern to do. I think anybody, again, could do this. This is a good way to start learning color work. And I always feel like a hat's a great place to do that, because it's small enough that if you jack it up, you can rip it out and not have your feelings hurt too bad. So try it. It's a good one. And then my last whip, I just cast on some socks. And this is Felici yarn. It's Windbreaker is the colorway, Felici. And I mean, when I say I've just cast them on, I've just cast them on. I'm pulling from the middle and from the outside. So, you know, I don't care if my stripes match up. That doesn't bother me at all. And so I'm just going to do like a rounded toe. So I've just got, this toe is finished. Both of the toes are finished. I just finished this toe. So there we go. Just toes. But I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to do the heel flap and gusset from Stacey Perry. The toe up socks with a heel flap and gusset. I really liked that. My other pair that I did, I think they're right here, because I have to fix them because I have a drop stitch. My Shirley Bryan yarn, these I did a heel flap and gusset. That I did her pattern, and I really liked them. But the foot's a little bit long, and so I'll just have to remember to start that process a little bit earlier. But I have a drop stitch in these. Yeah, right here, that I gotta fix, and then I can wear them. I haven't even worn these yet, y'all, because of this stupid drop stitch. I have like 3 pair of socks right here that I have to fix. So that's that. So those are my socks that I have on the needles, because I'm fixing to do some traveling, and so I need to have something quick and easy to just throw in my bag and work on. So that's that. So that's everything I've got on the needles right now. I really should probably get one of these shawls off the needles before I cast on a sweater, but I may not. Y'all know me. I do have another hat that I want to do. I want to do a muscleberg hat out of my Time Warp colorway. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out, because when I travel, this is what I may do. This is my Time Warp colorway by Area 51, and so I want to do a muscleberg hat with this. So, and this is thick yarn. This looks a lot like the muscleberg that I did out of Gauge Dye Works. Their yarn is pretty thick. What is this? This is 80/20. You can come in. Lola Jean's wanting to come and visit too. She's kind of scared. They're both really mad at me because I gave them baths yesterday, and so they're holding a grudge. Okay, so yes, so this is, I'm going to do a muscle burg out of this, and unfortunately I don't do project pages, and so I've done 2 muscle burgs, and I didn't write down anything, what needle I used or anything, so I may have to go back and watch one of my podcasts to figure out what needle I used to get gauge. And so the other one that I did, that yarn was way thinner, and I needed to size up. I needed to go up a size in the hat. Not really the needle size because I like the fabric, but just the size up in the hat. So I may have to do that with this. We'll see. This is thick, but it's not as thick as the gauge dye work. So we'll see. We'll see what that does. So that's all of my knitting. I have some acquisitions. I have some Christmas gifts. I got some great Christmas gifts from family. And so I'll show those to you. And y'all, I think I might like this setup because like everything's right here. I'm not having to move around. So I don't know if I showed y'all this last time, but it's the Hue Loco Winter Solstice set. I can't remember if I showed it last time or not, but I'm trying to think what I'm going to do out of this. This is so pretty. I really do like it. So that's that. And then I got like these 2 colors. I think this would make a pretty hat. This would be pretty like in a shawl with some other colors maybe. And that one would be too. So we'll see. We'll see. Have y'all seen what she's doing this year, y'all, for the Birthstone collection? It's not Birthstone, it's the flowers. The flowers of the month, and they are gorgeous. I'm already, like, the February one that came out, I had to make myself not buy it because I wanted it so bad. It was so beautiful. So, yeah, thanks, Hue Loco. I swear, I surely to God, I've put one of her kids through college with just what I've bought, because I feel like I buy something every month from her. I just love, she is a master at dyeing and at color, and she just sees things, and it is so beautiful. So I'm really, really excited about it. And then, y'all, so I get this in the mail the other day, and I was like, I don't remember ordering this. I think this really may have been an Ambien purchase, but it's Over the Moon. You know, she did a sock club, a Star Trek sock club, and I think this was the last one, and it's Q Continuum is the color. But y'all, look. When I opened this, I was just like, ah! Look, it's got a pen in it. It's got a communicator pen. I'm so excited about this. This is like, I would have bought this kit just for this. I mean, I don't even want the yarn. I just want this. So crazy. I'm so excited. So this is the sock set. Q Continuum. There's the mini for the heels and toes, and then the color. I love it. I love her yarn. She I think that the sock club that she's doing for this year is called Rainbow Nebula. It'll be a great sock club. Her yarn makes the best socks. Some of my most favorite socks that I have knit are out of her yarn because it blooms so nice once it's been washed and blocked. It is so comfy and cozy. Really, really warm. Almost feels like it may have cashmere in it, but it doesn't. This is her Electron. Sorry for the crinkling. This is her Electron sock, and it's 85.15. Maybe that's why, because it's 85. Because I love 80-20 because it's really plump, but this is even better. So 85.15 merino nylon. Huh. Maybe that's why I like it so much. But it's an amazing, it's so soft and squishy now, and it just gets better as it gets washed. So definitely check her out. Okay, so I have I have two things that I'll show you that I got for Christmas. So my mom got me these 2 things of yarn. Aren't they so cute? I love these colors. This is so soft. It's I can't pronounce that. I am not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. Because I will jack that up so bad. So it is a merino polyamide. And so yeah, it's super thin, but you know, there's sometimes this kind of fingering. Is this a fingering weight? Yeah, it's a fingering weight. It's sometimes like this, once it knits up, really, really blooms out really pretty. So yeah, we'll figure out. I'll do some socks with these. Ooh, or a hat. Hold this double and do a hat. That might be a good thing to do. And then she got me these sock blockers that I haven't opened yet. Aren't they so cute? was so sweet. So sweet. And then my friend Tammy, y'all, this is the best picture ever. I can't wait to hang this. Boo. Knitting because murder is wrong. This is the best thing in the world. This is my life right here. So it's going to get hung up in here in my office because I have to. It's so perfect. She gets me. And, yeah, I think that's everything as far as yarn and stuff that I was going to show. I didn't, like, go through all of my Advent stuff and lay them out. I'll do that. I probably won't get it done in time to go up with this podcast, but I will do that, and so you can see them because they're so beautiful. I'm so pleased with them. I'm so very pleased with them. I will most definitely 100% hands down get both of those again this next year. It is worth every dime. It is, they're just so beautiful, and I cannot tell you how pleased I am with it. So yeah, so I think that's it. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate y'all coming by so much, and we'll get this up. So okay. So let's think. What's a good question? I want you to name your favorite moment on my podcast over this last year because I'm sure there's some good ones out there. And yeah, and we'll do a drawing. I'll do a drawing for a prize. I've got some yarn here that I'll give away, and some little knickknacks, some little notions and things. And yeah, I'll do a drawing from that. So do that, and yeah, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. You can share the videos, anything like that. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your time and your sweet comments. You have no idea the impact you have had on me over this last year and how healing and refreshing it has been. So I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you so much for coming by. And I don't know how long it'll be before I podcast again, but it won't be terribly long, hopefully. And so, yeah, thanks for coming by, and we'll see you later. Bye, y'all.